We begin tonight with retaliation. The president has banned 2 U.S. senators from visiting the Philippines after they led a U.S. ban on Philippine officials responsible for the arrest of Senator Lima de Lima. But the palace has taken things a step further. The Philippines may now require all U.S. citizens to obtain Philippine visas if they intend to visit the country. Maricel Halili with the story.
For being gullible, Malacanang says the president has ordered a ban on 2 U.S. senators for pushing a rider on the U.S. 2020 budget that would effectively bar entry to U.S. soil of Philippine officials behind the arrest of Senator Lima de Lima.
The Philippines is immediately ordering the Bureau of Immigration to deny U.S. Senators Dick Durbin and Patrick Leahy, the imperious, uninformed, and gullible American legislators who introduced the subject provision in the 2020 budget entry to the Philippines.
On top of this, Duterte also wants to require all Americans to secure visas before entering the country.
Kung ano yung requirements natin sa lahat, yun din ibibigay natin. Pakaswerte nga sila, hindi sila binibigyan ng visa. Matalan tayo, nagpapakahirap.
U.S. senators have repeatedly called out the Philippine government for the supposed wrongful detention of de Lima. But the government has insisted the senator's case is not one of persecution but of prosecution.
The decision is precisely to tell them, excuse me, we are a sovereign state. Do not interfere with our judicial processes. It's not a threat. No, it's not a threat. It's a statement.
But Senator Lima de Lima dismissed government claims that she underwent a fair trial. In a statement, de Lima said those who are genuinely on the side of truth and justice can never be hoodwinked into believing that we have a fair justice system and a strong democracy. De Lima adds nobody believes this regime anymore and that she refused to partake of the poison-infused rhetoric of President Duterte. Despite everything, Malacanang said the president has no ill feelings towards U.S. President Donald Trump. Panelo added that the president will now decline the standing invitation of White House to visit the United States. For News 5, Maricel Halili, we are One News.
For roughly a century, Filipinos have had to line up to get U.S. visas so they can travel to the U.S. But what if things were reversed? What if Americans also had to line up for visas just to visit the Philippines? That has become more likely after the president's spokesman said Manila was giving Washington a taste of its own medicine. If this pushes through, Americans will also have to line up for Philippine visas. The Philippines has always been loose with visa requirements. Of the 200 countries in the world, the Philippines allows nationals from 157 countries to enter the Philippines visa-free. That's 80% of the countries of the world. Only citizens from 39 countries need visas to enter the Philippines. These include countries like Azerbaijan, Iran and Iraq, North Korea and Syria. The question now is, will the U.S. now be part of this list? It is the prerogative of any country to restrict entry of foreigners into its borders. Sometimes decisions are based on security or politics or on economic issues. We saw this in the deportation of Australian nun Patricia Fox after she joined a couple of street protests in Manila. But decisions like these may also have far-reaching implications. For example, Americans are the third largest tourist group that comes into the Philippines. You can expect those numbers to move if a visa becomes a requirement. The influence of a passport is often a reflection of the influence of that country that issued it, says the international travel group Condé Nast. It could be a reflection of a country's relations with the rest of the world, or quite simply a reflection of a country's prestige. Now, for decades, the U.S. passport reigned supreme. But even that is now changing, according to the online passport index Henley and Partners. There has been a shift towards the Asian tigers. In global ranking, the #1 passport now is the one issued by Japan and by Singapore. Passport holders from these two countries can travel to 190 countries without any visa. #2 are passports from South Korea, Germany, and Finland. They are visa-free in 188 countries. Next in the list are Denmark, Italy, and Luxembourg, which are visa-free in 187 countries. Now, further down the list, we come to #6, with the US, UK, Norway, Switzerland, Belgium, and Canada. Where are we on the list? The Philippines is on 77, along with Cuba and Ghana. Only 65 countries allow our entry without any visa.